Manchester United are heading into one of the most important stretches of their season, and strangely, it has nothing to do with playing the big clubs. No Liverpool, no Manchester City, no Arsenal. Yet this run of fixtures might be the one that defines everything, because United are about to face the exact teams, the exact profiles, the exact styles that they have struggled against for years. Teams that don't dominate possession, teams that don't have superstars, teams that don't fear them, teams that press, fight, sit deep, counter, and punish every mistake. And the question fans are asking right now is simple. Can Manchester United survive the small teams? To answer that, we have to break down every single opponent. What they do well, what United do poorly, and why this run of matches always exposes their mentality. Let's go step by step. Crystal Palace, the chaos team. Crystal Palace might not be the most talented squad, but they bring something United hate dealing with. Chaotic pressure, Palace press in unpredictable waves. They crowd midfield, and they force United into rushed passes. Every time United visits Selhurst Park, it becomes a street fight, not a football match. Palace thrive on transitions. They want United to push bodies forward because they know one mistake, one turnover, and they're running directly at the defense. United's biggest problem here is composure. They panic when pressed. They misplace simple balls, and Palace punish that every single time. And when the atmosphere gets heated, United players tend to lose focus, something Palace love exploiting. If United don't control this game with patience, if they start rushing crosses, if they start forcing shots, it becomes a trap, and Palace can absolutely win. West Ham, the physical test. Next, West Ham, a team that loves playing United. They know United struggle with set pieces, second balls, physical duels, defensive concentration. West Ham specialize in all four: their corners, their free kicks, their long balls. Everything they do is built to cause chaos. This is the type of match where United can dominate the ball 70%, but still look like the weaker team, because West Ham don't need possession. They just need moments where United switch off, moments where someone loses their man, moments where the box becomes a mess, and they punish those moments ruthlessly. United's midfield has struggled for years with winning second balls. West Ham live off second balls, and if United lose control in midfield, the game becomes a long 90 minutes. Wolves at the counterattack specialists. Wolves are a strange team. They can look average for weeks, but when they play Manchester United, they suddenly look sharp, fast, organized, dangerous. Why? Because Wolves' style is exactly the type that exposes United's weaknesses. They counter with speed. They break lines quickly. They attack spaces behind the midfield, and they isolate defenders one-on-one. United hate defending counters, especially when their fullbacks are high and their midfield loses control. Wolves thrive on exactly that. They don't need to dominate. They don't need 20 chances. They just need United to make one mistake, and suddenly the ball is in the back of the net. Every time these two meet, United look uncomfortable, unbalanced, and reactive. If Wolves find rhythm early, they can win this game easily. Bournemouth, the modern system team. Now, Bournemouth, don't let the name fool anyone. This is not the Bournemouth of old. They play fast, modern, system-based football. Their pressing is organized. Their transitions are sharp. Their movement is intelligent. They are not a small team in terms of football ideas, only in budget. United's problem here is structure. Bournemouth punish disorganization better than most. If United lose midfield control, Bournemouth run through you. If United leave space behind, Bournemouth attack it. If United make sloppy touches, Bournemouth steal it. This is exactly the type of fixture where United's lack of discipline shows, and Bournemouth take full advantage. Aston Villa, not small, but a huge threat. Aston Villa are no longer in the small team category, but they belong in this discussion because they test United's weaknesses brutally. Villa press intelligently. They force mistakes. They exploit defensive frailties, and they finish chances clinically. If United don't bring intensity, they get outrun. If they don't defend as a unit, they get exposed. If they don't track runners, the game ends early. Villa will not forgive lapses in concentration, and United have been making lapses every single match. Newcastle, the physical, relentless machine. Newcastle brings something most small teams don't: relentless intensity. They press high, run non-stop, win duels, and break with purpose. They suffocate teams. They force mistakes. They punish laziness. This is the type of fixture where United must fight for every ball. But lately, the fight has been missing. Newcastle don't care about reputations. They care about work rate. And that's where United have been inconsistent for years. The real problem, not quality, but mentality. This entire run of fixtures exposes one truth. Manchester United's biggest weakness is not talent. It's not tactics. It's not injuries. It's mentality. United step up against big teams, but drop levels against smaller ones. They lose focus, lose discipline, lose intensity, and lose points. These matches aren't about skill. They're about desire, about concentration, about who wants it more. And right now, United have been losing those battles. They dominate possession, but can't break teams down. They attack in numbers, but concede on counters. They press, but lose key duels. They create chances, but fail to finish. This is what separates top teams from inconsistent ones. And these next fixtures will reveal exactly where United stand. What happens if United fail this run? If United drop points to these smaller teams, top four becomes unlikely. Confidence drops, pressure rises, and the fan base turns anxious. Momentum disappears. Players start doubting, and the season can collapse completely. These games matter more than people realize. Not because the opponents are strong, but because United have been weak in these specific areas for years. What United must do to survive. To survive this run, United must stay patient against deep blocks, win midfield battles, avoid sloppy passes, track runners, communicate defensively, take chances when they come. This run will test every weakness: concentration mentality, discipline, desire, confidence. If one of those collapses, the match collapses. Conclusion. So the real question isn't whether United have the talent. They do. The question is, do they have the mentality? Crystal Palace will test their focus. West Ham will test their physicality. Wolves will test their defensive structure. Bournemouth will test their transitions. Aston Villa will test their organization. Newcastle will test their intensity. 6 opponents, 6 different problems, 6 potential traps. And by the end of this run, we will know exactly who Manchester United are. Will they survive the small teams, or will this be the stretch that exposes everything? Only time will tell. Yaha! But one thing is certain, these matches will decide Manchester United's season.